Good luck out there.
Thank you, man.
So I'm in a different situation than usual. I think the audio is going to be pretty bad, and yeah, and I'll have people going in and out. That's cool. But the plan is to just stick with streaming as usual. So yeah, it's daily game design time. So a couple things. One is I was glad to hear that the prototypes for the printed prototype for Edra HQ, those are ready at the print shop where my friend Dean works. That reminds me, I'm going to be doing the corner cutting myself because it was like almost $50. Corner rounder. I don't know what would be ideal. What's the best size? Oh. Obviously a 3-in-1, right? I don't know what would be great about, like, these look pretty fancy. So I wonder if it could fit more than one sheet. That's the big question. Because this looks kind of nice. Authentic hologram. I don't know what that means. 3 sheets of 20-pound bond paper. So at least might be able to get 2 or 3. Would that be worth it? Maybe. By the way, I have only one screen as well, so I may jump back and forth between like checking comments and stuff, but it's going to be awkward. Just be aware. Maybe let me see if anybody's here. Let me see how the what the quality is like. Connection's good. But yes, if the audio is horrible, I apologize. Let me know. I don't know that there's anything I can do about it, to be honest. But I have my fan going right here just in case. One thing I want to do today, so I may just order this now. I wonder why this is more expensive. But I would like to have these prototypes ready by, or like looking good, feeling good by next week. It would have been great to have them. I'm actually tempted to go back into town, pick them up, and then come back up here because I have a bunch of kids here. That's where I'm at, what I'm doing. I am at our summer camp where we had the retreat. And this weekend, it's all Pathfinders. So Pathfinders is a youth organization in our church, youth leadership organization. They learn a lot of practical skills, social skills. It's a church-based, faith-based organization too. So anyway, a nice educational experience for most everybody. It's not a great fit all the time for every kid, but it could be. It really depends on the leadership and how they organize things. Anyway, so I'm up here at the camp this weekend helping with music. So yeah, I'm staying in one of the tiny homes up here. It's way nicer, way fancier than sleeping in my car during the retreat. But anyway, these tiny homes are more dedicated to like church activities. That's how they prefer to use them. And I think they're pretty expensive if we were just to rent them. Maybe we'll just do this. I'm not sending it to my mom. My mom's birthday was last week, so no, let me do this later. Yeah, get those prototypes done. It would have been good to have them for now, but You know what I can do? I guess I can technically just open the stream up, at least for YouTube. I wonder if I can see my own stream. Should be able to, right? Yeah. Oh, interesting. Maybe I could also. I might be able to. Split screen with Twitch. How cool would that be? You need to open both. So we have the con that's coming up here on Oahu at the beginning of November, and then also have the con that I'm going to on the mainland in Texas. That's late November, so it'll be nice to have those prototypes. Hopefully, the game holds up. It'd be nice not to print a whole bunch of prototypes because it costs like $100 for 2 of them. For me, that seems pretty crazy, but that's all right. Okay, this looks like it's gonna work. I'm gonna try to split screen with YouTube. This way, if I get any friends commenting, I should be able to see them. Nice. Maybe I cannot.
You have to go set it there, huh?
Yeah, I stream an hour of game design every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
it is crazy.
Game design?
Yeah, like tabletop games.
You make games?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Well, we have to try sometime.
Is that for like a channel? Like, what type of game?
I do just board games, card games. So, eventually publishing stuff.
Oh. You make your own?
Right.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, we gotta play sometime.
That's cool. Oh man, that's sick. But I used to actually make some board games.
Did you?
When I was little, like I would draw them out.
No way. That's awesome. Well, you might find that interest coming back someday.
No, I mean it's fun. Like I'll make it super rigged, of course. Like I'll make a secret spot where like you can land in with your pieces and you just automatically win.
Okay.
Just like one of those like.
I used to draw more like mazes, maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or like platforms, little like challenges for little characters.
Yeah.
I did stuff like that.
I use like Jenga blocks to like shape it.
Oh,
like,
okay, cool.
And then
Love that.
make a little card and say, "I'll go on this card, go back, or do this." But it's
Nice.
fun.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Have fun out there.
Hey, there you go.
Okay, one thing I started working on was actually a Blender image or like a 3D model image for this area. Where is it? For this area on the cell sheet. I feel like this is way overkill. Like I totally don't need to do this, but I just kind of started working on it. I'm very, very inefficient. I think that's really unfortunate. So what I could do, like I could just use this, and I might. I was gonna make a few traveler cards, and just place everything around that I normally would. what? I'm gonna go back into Gemini. So this is, yeah, I had Gemini starting to make some images for me. These guys look scary. I was going to. So I'm using that image as the card back for the Innocents, or which one was it? The more diverse one. Not too sure. Maybe I should. Maybe I'll use. I could use this one because I have that one here. I think maybe I'll do that. I like them positioned this way. I think that kind of makes more sense. None of this matters. None of this. Well, I don't know. Maybe it does matter. Yeah. So I'll download this one. Did I just do that? Yeah. I'll drop that in here. I'm just amazed how useful Canva is. Because I'll just do a little background remover, shrink it down. Whatever you say. There's a song we're using for our theme song this weekend that's really nice. And so this didn't really change the image a whole lot, but it is a little different, a little more diverse than it was. Racially diverse. So yeah, it's interesting having. Oh, I realize I can't play both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I can't play them both, but I should be able to like see messages, maybe. Not too sure. So I'm in the middle of setting up a scene, essentially. I wanted black cubes, but it looks like they don't come in black. Also, these red cubes are really funny. They're just like meat chunks. I'm gonna go back and add cubes again because I wanted them to look a little more natural. Black wooden cube. Let's see what if it takes it here. I wonder. There's actually some shading there, so that's not horrible. It's not dark enough. Maybe what I do is lighten this a little bit. Yeah, I'll try that. It's still not going to be. Ooh, the harshness of the sun is kind of intense if it's like super bright like that. That's actually kind of interesting. The cards are drab. That's okay. The cards don't stand out super duper well here. If I mess with the contrast. I do like how they stand out pretty well there. This is the hard part because I just don't feel like my eye is great for some of this stuff. Vibrance. Ooh, just like super gray. Might be okay. That stands out pretty well. I need to make these, I want to put in real cubes I can change the color of. And this one seemed to work okay. Maybe not perfect. It doesn't look real enough. I would like it to look a little more real. This I'm sure you can't change the color of. I wanted just to have a black cube, but I don't know why. Maybe just try black cube. That's not bad, but the angle's weird. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up just needing to drop in red cubes. Oh, they need to be in graphic. That's what it needs to be. I can change the color of this. Okay. What does the black one look like? That's all right. So we get rid of those, make a bunch of these. Right, it doesn't like the angle is weird, but it's maybe better than some of the alternatives. These are damage cubes. And then after damage cubes, then we'll make there are the scavenger ability cubes, and then like a few other cubes that we'll just make them black. Unfortunately, the color's not awesome. Like it doesn't stand out enough. I'm just gonna lock this. I think there's a really, really nice tension in this game because there are a few ways to lose. And one of them is that you run out of these red cubes. So what's going to happen is you have travelers walking down the road, and it's your job as the protector to sort of move along the road, follow them, fight off the bad guys. The only thing is you really cannot, and this is true what it says here. Be warned, you can't save everyone. So people are going to start getting beat up. It's sad, but it's the reality of this harsh time and landscape. So you would be like this pawn moving along the road and interacting with travelers and scavengers. And one way to lose is if you need to place a red cube, but you cannot. So red cubes can be placed on your character card, so you can absorb some damage from the scavengers instead of the travelers taking damage. And then you're also going to be placing damage cubes on travelers themselves. I forget exactly how many. I definitely want to get that right. 24 cubes does not feel right. But I don't remember where I left it. I'll go back, check it. Perilous Road. This is a game I pitched to Gabe Barrett. And it was my first time getting a response from a publisher where I was told that, he looked at it, he was interested, he had his developer look at it, and both of them felt that the game was more of a concept than a game. And so from the early version, and in that case, there was like one character or there wasn't even really a character. There was just well, no, I guess it was. There's just the player, and there were thugs. What I hadn't developed yet was multiple player cards. So you could play with different characters with different abilities. The thugs did not have their own special abilities. Now they do. There was no way to escalate the difficulty of the game. Now there is. So anyway, yeah. So it changed a lot, and also I worked with. I think it was Grok at that time. I worked with Grok to come up with some scenarios and also to start retheming. So Grok helped me change up some of the language, like in the rule book and stuff like that. I don't know if the rule book is here. It's not. So I'll just show these pictures. Make an image for the card back of a group of scavengers looking menacing, scary on a white background. Let me grab some water. So there's a nice little, I think it's like a little bit of a cultural feature here where, well, this is Aloha made, these drinks, but people will bring out these kind of drinks, just like sweet juices and stuff, and call them Aloha drinks. Not because they're all branded as Aloha, but I feel like it's just like have something nice around for people to enjoy. So I'm doing a little mixture myself. Just dropped in some Lilikoi Passion. Lilikoi is the local word of the Hawaiian word for passion fruit. So just add a little flavor to the water. I'm surprised this is taking so long. Geek Mail. So I forget if I showed you, but it is time to vote for playtesters, looks like, and to start voting on games. To be honest, I don't know that I met the minimum threshold for this contest. I kind of lost interest in the contest, partly because my game changed so much. It was great because I was getting a lot of in-person playtesting over the summer. I was getting a lot of that done. And that was way more efficient than any kind of feedback I was getting from the contest. So I never updated the contest documents. So the version that I had for the contest, and I just kind of, anyway, I think I playtested 3, but I might not have. I know I planned on playtesting 3, but it's possible I only gave feedback on 2, which would disqualify me from the contest. Since voting's open, I'm not sure I can still get feedback, but I haven't gone to look because like I said, I'm sort of over it. It's valuable, it's good, but I have a lot of other things to think about and work on. The summer, it's a great time to have these kind of projects. So this is the retheming I was working on. This is in Figma. These cost canisters now, and they do 2 damage. So I had the thought of doing fuel canisters rather than So fuel instead of money. So I think I'm going to do that. I need to. There's one thing that that Canva doesn't seem to do, or at least I don't know how to do it, but it's to create a 3D effect. So change the perspective on the images a little bit. Maybe there's a way to do it, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, at some point I downloaded all this stuff, so I'm going to look for it. Like those fuel canisters. Perilous. Items. Nope. Yeah, I don't know when. Perilous. Nope. I don't know when I started working on the updated images. The retheming. So like this is all old stuff. I also need to remake these cards because they have. Are you done? That's fine. Doesn't matter a whole lot. I have no idea what these green balls are on his crossbow shotgun thing. Yeah, that's pretty wild. So I need to create a character for the player to be. This character is the protector, let's just call it. Or the escort? No. Should we call it the Good Samaritan? A little too on the nose? I don't feel like people will be allergic to the use of that term. I mean, it's in common use. Consistent images. Consistent. Of that character taking different actions. For example, I need an image for the move card, move action. Create a gender, I'm going to call it gender ambiguous character, probably in a hood. Who's running away. Let's see what this looks like. You know what I discovered? I was reminded that my chair at home, it can lay back in such a way that I can like rest my neck, and I can get a lot more work done without having a lot of neck pain. So like now that the weight of my head is is stressing my neck, I deal with a lot of regular pain. Oh, is this one? This is the lookout. So what I'm doing is I'm going to create a pile for. I'm offline. Uh-oh. It says I have an excellent connection. Don't know what's happening. Because the stream never really stopped either. I've seen this happen before when it's just kind of overwhelmed. Like it's just too much. But then something else said that the connection was spotty too. Like these broken images make it seem like there really is a problem. Oops. Like why didn't this card back come? Back online, good. Oh, I don't want the frame. I want the actual card. Maybe I need it. Oops. Yeah, struggling here. Right? It's weird because the stream quality is not bad. So I don't know what's going on. Can I reload? Refresh. Yes. Oh, so that did work. So we need the thugs in here. The scavengers, excuse me. I'm used to calling them travelers and thugs. They're big and scary, right? The scavengers. Oh, perfect. So then I need to show a couple of scavengers. I think I have that image. Right? Yeah. I'm gonna drop that in here too. So I can just cut this up and make these cards. These guys hang out over here. Next to the player's house. So now I have some different values that I'll need to represent here. So we'll make 3 cards. one with each of these scavengers. Oh, interesting. I'll need to do a little bit of magic erasing, that it looks like. Get this leg out of here. We can just erase it. Nice. I said I don't know what smart crop that does, but I don't really need to do that. Yeah, this is so good. Like, it's just so. The result is. It looks pretty good, but it's not super painful to do. That didn't work. What did I miss? Oh, I never pushed erase, I think. No. Try again. So I have a bunch to do today. I have my class to prep. They just had break, but I have some grading to do for that as well. Actually, a fair amount of grading. So it's one reason I want to get this done. So I can get to work with that stuff. And then this guy. I don't know, I kept double clicking. Oh no, I can just crop this way. I guess I could have done this to all these guys. Okay, now I should be able to center them a little better on here. Now the values for the thugs, they're really different from the values. So they have these, they have fuel. Fuel is basically the money. And then the really strong guys, well, maybe I should go back to. I'll get a better idea if I look at the old cards. So where are these bad guys? Oh, interesting. I just like got rid of the thugs. That's weird. Yeah, what in the world? Do I have a... Is there a history that I can look at? Because this is it. Hmm. I do think I have the PDF. Let me see what I have for PvP. Hike Wahoo PvP. Wow. Guaranteed I had it because I posted it. This I'm not a big fan of. Where is it? It's... Oh, I guess it's not. Oh, here we go. Thugs. Yeah, there's something wrong here with these. Like the values on these thugs are not right. Because I don't think any thug had... Maybe they had 2 items, but I kind of don't think so. Let me see. Yeah, no thug ever had 2 items. Just 2 money. Or money and item. Oh, should I check on the time? I think I will. Okay, about 15 minutes left. So I want to recreate. Oh, it's a gear. I'll just use a gear. That's fine. Gear. I think I wanted like a rusty looking gear or something, but so this is the symbol for item in this game. At least with this theming. Before it was just like one of the... Ooh, that's not... Doesn't stand out enough. Photo? I kind of feel like none of these will stand out. Ooh, a gold one? That looks kind of cool. And it will stand out better, for sure. Yeah, I like the look of that. So, an item like this. And then we need a gas canister or something, like a gas can. What I liked about what I found are... Actually, wait a minute. Maybe they... Where did I... It might be in Gemini. Or, what is it called? Might be in Midjourney, because I was making a bunch of these images in Midjourney at one point. think it's going to act disconnected again. This is called a juice drink for legal purposes. Okay, water, cane sugar, passion fruit juice from concentrate. And so that's all right. It kind of reminds me of nectar. When wasn't there nectar? Nectar was a brand or something. Nectar. What was that old brand? Suddenly I'm remembering something I think from high school. I wonder if I saw it, if I would recognize it. Because it reminds me of the thickness of that nectar. Nectar, maybe nectar drinks. I don't think it was Goya. I can actually picture the glass bottle. I'm going to guess like 1990, 1998. These guys. Heck yeah. Nantucket Nectars. Unreal. Unreal. I remember having such a cool, like a surprisingly positive and meaningful relationship with the word Nantucket. Because I was really fascinated by New England and some of our like colonial history. And the whaling. I was really interested in the transcendental period of literature with who are those guys? Of course, Thoreau. Anyway, some of those like Massachusetts writers. For some reason, just the images of the coastline of Massachusetts and the lighthouses, and I don't know what it was, but for some reason that was really like Nantucket, the whaling or whatever. Like that was all interesting to me. And I think we got these Nantucket nectars at school or something like that. But I loved them. Apple. These don't look super familiar to me though. Like these flavors don't. Maybe the teas? No, I don't know. Orange mango feels. Pineapple, orange, banana. That one definitely I remember. Okay, blast from the past. Oh, nice. Oh, that's good. Okay, so this would go on the move card. I like that. Okay, so the other cards, let me look at what those were. I think those were still in this. Use an item. Intimidate. Okay, now this is going to be a lot harder to ask for. That's perfect. Make an image with the same character for the card. For the action, intimidate. This will be a fun little AI problem. Okay, we'll come back to that. Oh yeah, the fuel canister. I wonder if I can. Let me see if I can drop this in. That would be amazing. Nope. Can I export? Let me try. I'll try to export this as well. Okay, can do that. So the ideas that go into the scavengers, what they do is they drop rewards onto the traveler that was just placed, or I'm sorry, onto the innocent that was just placed. And so I don't remember how this idea came to me, but I always love it when there's a really sleek, elegant system that is kind of like no, it doesn't have to be AI, but when the game randomizes itself, and so you have really simple components, but the way those components interact create a unique experience every time. And in a solo game, that's really important because in this game, there are only 8 scavengers, and there are, 10 or 13. I think it's like 12 to 14 innocents or travelers. Maybe I should just call them travelers. I don't know. But what happens is the traveler will flip over, it gets revealed, and moves into the first slot on the road. There are 5 slots. So there's the home slot, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I always call them slots, maybe. And what the traveler does is indicate where, in which column, I feel like I did have a different word. I can show you on the travelers. So what the travelers tell you is which column the next scavenger is going to be placed in. So for instance, here's Sydney. Sydney says that the next scavenger that comes off of the scavenger deck is going to be placed in column 1, which is right here. Okay. But then when that thug comes out, when that scavenger comes out, the scavenger tells us what items the innocent is going to be carrying. So, for example, I'm going to place. Actually, I did get those images, so I'm going to move these images into here. This is pretty dark looking, honestly. Okay, so here's the gas canister. So these gas canisters are actually going to represent the currency in the game. So what this card is saying is that that when the thug gets flipped into the game, or when the scavenger gets revealed and then placed in the appropriate column, Then what this says is that the latest traveler to be revealed, in this case Ming, is going to be carrying a fuel tank, a fuel canister, and a gear or an item. So those components would get placed on Ming, so that as the player's choosing who to look after, when to look after, how to look after them, then they're aware at least that innocent is carrying some amount of rewards. They don't know what the rewards are going to be, but they have an idea of who it might be most efficient to save. And that's the trouble. It is a little bit awkward as an idea that definitely you're going to be making difficult and pragmatic choices based on who based on who's carrying more stuff for you to be able to use to help more people. So it's a morally complicated decision, because it does seem obvious that what you should do is care for the people who are most likely to give you good stuff. And that's a little bit awkward. It was also a deliberate choice that these guys are not named. Let me go and look at the thugs again. I feel like that's wrong. Where did I... Thugs. Oh, I did start putting everything on the same side because I added these thug abilities. So the scavengers actually have their own abilities. And I can do that. These will come over here. That made a lot more sense anyway. So let's make this one 5 and 25. So what these numbers say is how much damage this thug is going to do. This scavenger is going to do to whichever innocent is traveling in their column. And it's 25 fuel to essentially pay off this scavenger. So that's what's going on in this card. And then I also need to grab, where is that? I guess I can just build that. Yeah, that's fine. So I just need to place these squares somewhere here, because they get cubes on them depending on which which ability they have. And those are none, stalking, ranged, and enraged. So when escalation happens in the game, that's after the scavenger's deck runs out the first time. There's a little card at the bottom of that deck which says it's time to escalate. And what that means is a couple things. The scavengers are going to start getting their abilities. The other thing that happens, like with Ming here, Ming says a thug is placed on column 1, but when escalation is in play, that means you've revealed that card. Then a second scavenger comes out, and that scavenger comes out in lane. That's what it was. In lane 2. So let me add some text here. I feel like the size is kind of out of control small. Spread these out a little bit. None. That is centered, okay. What did I say? Stalking? Stalking, ranged, and enraged. What? Wait. These are 3.3 font. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Stalking, ranged, and enraged. So what stalking means is that this particular scavenger is actually going to move along with the innocents. So the flow of the game is that you're revealing these travelers and scavengers. Every round, you advance the innocents, the travelers, one lane, and you reveal another one. Well, so these abilities, they do a couple. Well, the first one is that as the travelers move, the stalking scavenger is also going to move. So they shift lanes with them. And the thing is, it's nice if, let's say, if the scavenger doesn't have the stalking ability, then okay, then they just drop into the lane, and then the traveler will come by, the innocent will come by. If it's like a really strong innocent that can take a lot of damage, then the scavenger might hit them and run out of damage and essentially expel itself. And then or might do damage, whatever, and maybe not completely knock them out. But or what can happen, or there's a guy already on the road, next to the road, and then another scavenger gets dropped on top of him, and that scavenger cannot reach the road. But what will happen next is that as everything advances, that scavenger is going to follow and then drop in, if there's space, drop into the lane where the traveler is. So it's just more, it's just the bad guys following the good guy and going to do some more damage potentially. Ranged means that even though they don't move lane to lane, that they're able to hit an innocent on the road, even if they're on the top. Because usually adjacency matters. So you have to be adjacent to the road in order to hit an innocent going by. But if you're ranged, you don't have to. And then enraged, I think, means that you add some number of cubes, more cubes. Yeah, because normally the cube number is listed here, and you put 5 cubes. I think it's like you add another 6 or another 3. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while. But anyway, you have that scavenger is going to stick around longer, do more damage. So that's what's going on there. Ranged, and then enraged, that's what enraged means. They're just like really annoyed and they want to do as much damage as possible. Enraged. Enraged. Okay, so I had some colors too. What were those colors? Green, orange, pinkish purple. That's fine. Green, orange, pinkish purple. So now this seems to all get combined. Grouped. So this is the real big nasty guy. He's the biggest. Most of them don't have close to this amount of like firepower. The thing that I also haven't described yet is that you can. They're going to stick around until one of two things happens. One of three things. So you can fight them off, or you can, as the player, you can interact with them, and so that sometimes they'll run away. You can also take all the damage, so absorb all the damage they have, all the rage they have, and in that case, then they just run away after. Or you can pay them off. So this guy gives tons of rewards. Like there's no other scavenger that puts this much stuff on one of the travelers. But also he does the most damage of the whole group. So that's tough. But and he's also most expensive to pay off. So that's in general. That's what's going on with these guys. They tell what the traveler's carrying. That's up in this area. They record an ability once I'm tired. Once the escalation card is revealed, or and they tell how much damage they do and how much money or how much fuel it takes to pay them off. I like how these guys turned out, right? I should see another scavenger or another. So we do 1 in 5. Let's do. Some of them might just have an ability already. Like that would be fine, maybe. Because this one looks like it should be ranged. And then maybe the something in 20. What was that one? 3 and 15 with one item. That's cool. What? Whoa. Whatever you say, I will do it. I will do it. Okay, so this one is in trouble. Like, this little girl is in big trouble. Because you got these two guys stacked up right there, right? And maybe... Oh, maybe I'll just have one discarded like this. And I need a few black cubes. And there's like 8 or something like that. There's also a card. There's a way to... Huh? Wait, I thought I could change the color of these. No? I thought I picked one that... Oh, no, these are more like images anyway. Okay, I'm at like an hour 10, hour 15. I think that's good for me for now. Oh, maybe I can edit like this. Oh, yeah, I wonder if it's possible to... Why do you do that? Okay, so that's working actually. Yeah, that's totally fine. And it also has a few more highlights than just the regular box. So it looks a little better. We'll put none on this guy, and we'll put stalking on this guy. So except for the items, so making a few of the items, that's good. It's actually starting to look like the actual game. These are called encounters when everybody's kind of together. When you have a thug and a traveler, a scavenger, and an innocent in the same lane, then there is an encounter. But anyway, you can jump in and you can intervene. So I need to make the player cards because this is a hand management game, and yeah, something like that. So I actually need to run and go to a meeting with a student, and I hope she's still available. It's kind of gotten late. Anyway, thanks for joining. I'll see you soon. I'll be making more progress here on the cell sheet over the next day or two. Well, I'll see you Sunday. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow, Saturday morning. Yeah, that's it for me. Have a good one. I'll see you soon.